Very much clear. Second question. These kind of questions are extremely popular in various examinations. These are word-based problems. That means the question does not contain any numerical values. The question does not contain any variables. The entire question, the syntax or the structure of the question is, it will be in the form of an English sentences. Once you understand what that English sentence, these questions can be solved. These word-based problems these days are quite familiar in GMAT and other examinations also. The first thing is, read the question carefully. Read the question carefully. Once you read the question carefully, once you understand it, solving the question is very, very easy. Read the question carefully. Please read it once. Read the question carefully. Read it. 1 year payment to the servant is 90 plus 1 turban. Somebody worked with me, right? Because he gave his services to me, I am going to give a payment to him. 1 year is 12 months. In 12 months, after 12 months, I gave him salary, right? How much I gave? In terms of cash, I gave 90. In terms of, right, a turban, I gave 1 turban. That means in 12 months, he got 90 rupees plus turban. Turban, how much it costs, we don't know. Let us continue the question. The servant leaves after 9 months and takes 65 and a turban. Suppose if he works for 12 months, I need to give him an, how much it is? 90 plus a turban. Suppose in case if he leaves for, if he works for 9 months, how much I will pay him? I will pay him 65 plus a turban. I will pay him 65 plus a turban. If he works for 9 months, he will get 90 plus turban. If he works for 9 months, he will get 65 plus turban. That means if he would have continued for another 3 months, if he would have continued for another 3 months, for every 9 months, he has got 65 plus turban. 12 months, he got 90 plus turban. If he would have continued for another 3 months, he would have got 25 rupees more. 9 months plus 3 months is 12 months. 65 plus 25 is 90. 90 plus turban. 3 months in cash he would have got 25. That means in 12 months into 4. 25 into 4. 100 rupees he would have got. For 3 months it is 25 rupees. 12 months it is 100 rupees. Instead of 100, the owner gave him 90 plus a turban. One way is to give him 100 rupees. Another way is to give him 90 plus a turban. That means what will be the turban cost? Turban cost is 10 rupees. Turban cost is 10 rupees. Instead of giving him 100 rupees, I gave him 90 plus a turban. That means 90 rupees cash. Instead of giving 10 rupees extra, I gave him turban. That means turban cost will be 10 rupees. I hope the idea it is very much clear. Again I am repeating it. A servant works for 1 year. At the end of the year, the owner gives him 90 plus a turban. Suppose if he works for 9 months, he will get 65 plus turban. 9 months 65 plus turban. If he works for extra 3 months, he would have got 25 rupees. For every 3 months, the servant will get 25 rupees. If it is for 12 months, 3 fours are 12, 25 fours are 100. If he works for 12 months, he would have got 100 rupees. 12 months it is 100 rupees. 100 rupees is equated with 90 plus a turban. Turban cost is 10 rupees. Easy question. Second question, word-based problems. Third one, this is a question based on coordinate geometry. This is a question based on coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry. What I will do is, first I will discuss some important key points. First I will discuss some important key points. Once you understand these important key points, especially in case if you are writing CAT examination, there is a very important chapter from where the questions will come. I have not seen any CAT paper without a questions from recursive and iterative question. If there is a CAT paper, there will be a question from recursive and iterative function. Log x graph, mod x graph, modulus function related questions, recursive function related questions, right? A power x, a greater than 1, 0 less than a less than 1. Log x related question, logarithmic function, exponential function, modulus function, recursive function, iterative function. These are the most high frequency topics from the functions topic from the students who are preparing for CAT examination. Suppose if I tell f of x is equivalent to y, f of x is equivalent to y, f of x is equivalent to y. What is the meaning of this? That means there is a processor, it performs a function. It performs a function. I will apply x as an input. I will apply x as an input. Suppose this processor is double the input, 2 will become 4. If this processor is cube the input, if it is 3, this will become 3 cube 27. This processor performs some mathematical function and it gives an output. And it gives an output. Y is an output, x is an input, and this is some function that is performed on x. This is some function which is performed on x. This is the definition of f of x is equivalent to y. X is the input, f is the function, y is the output. Y is the output. Now see here, in coordinate geometry, any point that is written on x-axis, it will be on a horizontal line. It will be on a horizontal line. Horizontal lines are the lines on which x coordinates are pointed at. Anything that is represented on a y-axis, that will be plotted on a vertical line. Vertical line is for y-axis, right? Horizontal line is for x-axis. F of x is equivalent to y. F of x is equivalent to y. That means if there is a point x1 comma y1, if there is a point x1 comma y1, x1 comma y1, that means that from horizontal line, it is at a distance of x1. From vertical line, it is at a distance of y1. This is the definition of x1 comma y1. x1 comma y1. In an right coordinate, in an point of 2 coordinates, x1 means from horizontal line, how much it is at a distance. y1 means from vertical line, how much it is at a distance. How much it is at a distance, right? Suppose if I take another point, x2 comma y2. If I take another point, x2 comma y2, from horizontal line, how much it is at a distance. From a vertical line, how much it is at a distance. This is the definition of x comma y. Whenever I say x comma y, x represents the distance from the x-axis. Y represents the distance from the y-axis. Y-axis. Now, if you see here, if you see, listen carefully, sir. You don't need to mug it up anything. Suppose I want tan theta. I want tan theta. I want tan theta. Now see here. I want this, the slope of this line. The slope of this line. Now if you see here, this entire, it is x2 and it is x1. That means this also it is x1. That means this theta I will write it here. This is x2 minus x1. Sir, why it is x2 minus x1? This entire point is x2. This entire point is x1. It is x2 minus x1. This entire value, it is y2. This is y1. So it is y2 minus y1. It is y2 minus y1. y2 minus y1. There is one angle here, there is one angle here, there is another angle. These two, horizontal axis and vertical axis, it makes an angle of 90 degrees here. This angle is given by slope. Slope is given by tan theta, which is opposite side by adjacent side. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. y2 minus. You can also find out this angle. It is anyway 90 degrees. So this angle it is opposite by adjacent. Opposite by adjacent. Y slope is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. I hope the idea it is clear. This entire value is x2. This entire value is x1. It is x2 minus x1. From here to here, it is y2. And this is y1. So it is y2 minus y1. It is y2 minus y1. I hope the idea it is very much clear. So this will be y2 minus y1. This will be x2 minus x1. So it is slope is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So f of 3 is equivalent to 9. That means x1 is 3, y1 is 9. Next one, f of minus 3 is equivalent to minus 9. F of minus 3 is equivalent to minus 9. That means x2 it is minus 3, y2 it is minus 9. Slope is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So it is minus 18 by minus 6. What is the answer? 3. Slope it is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. If it is a theta question where you have to plug in the answer value, you can tick mark the answer 3. Some questions in CAT examination, some question has answer option, some question do not have answer option. This is a way to do. What is the definition of a function? A function is a mathematical operation that is done on an input value. If input is x, on x I am performing a mathematical function, I will get an output. When I say x1 comma y1, x1 denotes the distance from the x-axis, y1 denotes the distance from the y-axis. M is the slope between the two lines. Slope is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This is the input. On input function is performed. So it is x1, it is y1. x1 is 3, y1 is 9. This is x2 on which some function is performed to get the output. x2 is minus 3, y2 is minus 9. Slope is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Again I am repeating it, sir. You take any CAT paper, not from 2000, right from 1990. Right from 1990. Very, very important. This chapter you should not neglect, sir. Functions. In functions, I repeat what I said a few minutes before. Most important topic is recursive and iterative function. Definitely one question will come from these particular topic. Recursive and iterative function. Next is modulus function. Next is modulus function. Next will be exponential function. Exponential function. Recursive and iterative function, modulus function, exponential function. The inverse of exponential function is logarithmic function. Logarithmic function. Very, very important topics. Very, very important topic. And logarithmic function, a power x equivalent to n, a greater than 1, 0 less than a less than 1. Right? So these are the high frequency topics from where the questions will definitely come. I have not seen any CAT paper without a question from functions, right from at least from last 23 years. Every year you open any CAT paper, you will see a question. Please make a note of it. I hope the definition of function is clear. I hope the definition of coordinates it is clear. I hope the right slope